Hello, and welcome to this special course on social media traffic building methods. In this course, I'm going to teach you how to combine some of the best Web 2.0 tools in generating an avalanche of targeted, red-hot traffic to your websites. Although there are many 2.0 websites out there that are popular today, I'm going to be only talking on only two of the most popular traffic building methods involving the use of social media. They are none other than Facebook.com and Twitter.com. This is the amazing thing about social media traffic methods. Not only are they free, the return on investment can also be infinite. This is what's responsible for creating a lot of internet millionaires today. The amazing part is that they are not using paid traffic to get all the traffic they need. They are in fact just using free traffic methods. We are living in the most exciting times of the internet, and there has been no previous time ever where people can actually build their businesses so quickly online using free methods. How does it sound to you? Exciting? Now let's get started. The first social media traffic tool I'm going to be talking about is Facebook. A quick overview on Facebook. I'm sure you've probably have an account with Facebook.com because Facebook is the most popular social networking website on the internet. But if you don't have an account with Facebook.com by now, whoa, you really are missing out a lot. You better head over to Facebook.com and register your account right away if you haven't just yet. Setting up is free. Now, Facebook was not popular until just a few years ago. You see, when it first started out, it was actually just between some university students who were doing this as a pet project. Later on, it went from obscurity to being the most popular social networking website on the planet. At the time of this video, there are more than 200 million users worldwide using Facebook.com, logging in every second even as I am speaking. Do you know what that means? Lots and lots of targeted prospects you can target, anyone you want. Again, how does it sound to you? Good or good? Now, I'm going to jump in on how you can shape up your Facebook profile and how you are going to use Facebook to drive traffic to your websites. Later, I am also going to teach you how to integrate Facebook with your Twitter account. More on that in a while, but basics come first. Let's talk about your Facebook profile now. You see, everybody has their own unique way of writing about themselves. I'm sure you've seen some of your friends by now who has Facebook, and they're quite different with their styles of writing and how they portray themselves. But hey, this time you're going to use it for business reasons because you want to get customers. Not just any friends visiting your Facebook profile, you want to get paying customers. So that being said, you have to shape up your Facebook profile a little bit different. I want to put an emphasis on a little bit different because you're not going to come up with a profile of a typical salesman. This is just going to drive people away. People don't like to be sold to, they like to buy. To get started, you should have a clean and consistent profile photo. By definition of consistent, I mean that you must have this professional photo that you'll always use and people recognize you by. You'll notice that a lot of top celebrities today or top experts who are quite well known in their industry, they always have some consistent photos or portraits of themselves that people always identify with. You see, the problem with using different types of photos of you at different times is that people don't really remember you. You make yourself less memorable, you see. So, have one or a few consistent photos that you're going to use over and over again. It's okay to update once in a while, but leave it at that. Since your photo is everything, it's going to portray your public perception. Make sure it is something that's clean and clear. I really advise you to go to the nearest camera shop and get a professional photo shot done. It's going to cost you a couple of $100, but it's really well worth the investment because first impression is everything in business. It's very hard to win people if you have a bad impression with them, and it's very rare for you to win them back on the second impression. So make sure you score on the first impression. Next thing we're going to do is to craft out your About Me profile in your Facebook account. Now, I recommend a rough ratio of 80% business related and 20% being personal. Why would I recommend this ratio? It's because, as mentioned earlier, you're going to use this Facebook profile to draw targeted customers and targeted business partners. Although it is going to be your personal space, it's okay because that is what Facebook is for. By portraying that you're quite passionate with what you do, it's going to radiate a very positive energy and it's going to attract like-minded people to you. You see, it's all about law of attraction. If you craft out a profile that is negative or highly emotional, you'll draw such a crowd. But if you talk about something that you are very passionate about in your business, your writing conveys a lot of positive energy. You will draw like-minded people who share the same passion as you do and have the same goals as you do. At the same time, don't be talking all about business because that's just going to make you boring and makes you less personal as well. So this is where I encourage you to be a little bit personal as well. You can talk about the things you do outside your business, your interests, your hobbies, what do you do in your spare time, and so on. So people do know you have a life and not just working all the way. Next, as an internet marketer, this should go without saying. You're going to publish links to your main websites. If you own multiple websites, I suggest shortlisting down to just a few main websites that you can own. The next thing you're going to do is that you're going to install Facebook applications to your account. These are two applications that you should install right away. They are called Networked Blogs and Twitter. You can easily search for them on your Facebook search function and get them right away. Again, these are free. How Networked Blogs and Twitter come into play will be explained more in a while. There are some things you shouldn't be doing on Facebook as well, and I'm going to cover this because although some of them may appear obvious, the thing is that it does appear less obvious to some people. So I'm not going to take that risk, and I'm going to cover everything so that you don't make these mistakes. First things first, remember you are in business here, so whatever you write on Facebook, your words carry substance. If you spit out nonsensical updates or status updates that don't really help people, or portrays you in a negative light, people will start to see you differently, especially in a not so good way. It makes you appear less serious, or I would rather say, less professional. Just imagine if we took up so many random quizzes, random Facebook games, or this thing called Farmville and so on. This is kind of okay, and maybe you want to do this on a different Facebook account when you're keeping it personal. But when it comes to using it on business purposes, I really advise you to stay away from doing all of this. Another no-no is attacking other users on Facebook. This is really a serious violation because being in business requires you to build a good relationships with customers and potential business partners. So refrain from attacking other users on Facebook in as much as you may disagree with his opinions. This also goes hand in hand, sparking unwanted controversy on Facebook. This is something that you will want to avoid doing as well. Some controversy is healthy, but only some. Especially if you're doing it to encourage a healthy discussion. If you're doing it with the intention of attacking an opinion of someone's belief system, that is really another no-no as well. So avoid this altogether. That being out of the way, let's talk about how you can get targeted friends on Facebook. I'm going to assume that your Facebook account is now new, or you're in a stage where you want to get even more friends, but targeted friends being added to your Facebook account. Believe it or not, it is actually quite easy, and you can build your Facebook friends list into the thousands like some of the top marketers are doing right now. Besides exhausting your current list of friends or people that you've already know, here's how you can expand your list of friends on Facebook even if you have not met them before. You can join relevant groups in your niche. Let's just say you are in the weight loss niche or bodybuilding niche. Okay, let's talk about bodybuilding here. So you start joining groups that are related to bodybuilding because everybody here shares the same passion and interest. Normally it's quite okay to join groups and request to add friends because when they see your profile to find out who you really are, some of them may be cautious about people who are just requesting to add them as friends. They will see that they have something in common, so you both immediately connect. I guarantee your friend request conversions will be sky high. Another way is to join relevant fan pages in your niche as well. Fan pages are a little bit different from groups, but normally fan pages are more driven towards celebrities and so on. Again, using the bodybuilding niche as example, you definitely know some bodybuilding celebrities in your niche, and people who are following this celebrity are definitely sharing the same passion as you do. The next thing you want to do is encourage your blog and forum visitors to add you on Facebook as well. This is a way of getting yourself out. Last but not least, make use of your name card space. Do you have a name card? Do you give it around when you meet people in person? Now this is your quick way and quick ticket out to get even more targeted friends on Facebook. How to build traffic funnel from your Facebook account. Here are some ways. Your latest blog post. Every time you have friends being added on Facebook, you're updating your status or sharing content on Facebook. How do you use traffic from Facebook to send out to external sites that you have? The first and easy way is your latest blog post. So every time you write your latest blog post, you can post it on your Facebook account and your friends on Facebook will click on your link and visit your latest blog post. This is a quick way of generating some publicity for your blog and getting in traffic as well. That's very easy because people do like to read content, and if you have something very valuable to share, people will love it all the more. The next thing you want to do is post a link to your latest product that you are selling. Every time you're launching a new product, you can also post it on Facebook. This is how some marketers are actually making hundreds to even thousands of dollars just by doing this. Remember what I said about social media traffic being the best free traffic of the 21st century? This is it. You can also share videos that you've made, whether you've embedded on YouTube or you share it on your website. Nowadays, people don't just read, they also watch and listen. So, sharing videos makes you more personal and people will have a more positive perception about yourself. You can also start your own group or fan page when it merits. Next, I want to talk about Twitter. Twitter, in a nutshell, is a microblogging tool where people use this service to post short messages, normally 140 characters and below, answering the common question, what are you doing now? Twitter wasn't popular until just a couple of years ago, just like Facebook. It started to experience critical mass when it got to be even more popular, and now, as of March 2009, Twitter has an estimated database of more than 6 million users who are using Twitter around the clock from around the world. Twitter is another good way of quickly putting out your message without writing a lengthy email or writing a lengthy blog post, and you can send out this message instantly, which is called a tweet, to your list of Twitter followers. You can treat your followers of Twitter as what I call an alternate mailing list, whereby if you are using an opt-in list, you'll be sending out email to subscribers, but when you send out a message through your Twitter account, you're sending out to your Twitter followers. How to craft your Twitter profile. First things first, your username. I know this is going to be obvious, but again, it needs to be said. Being in this business, you should name your username after your real name. No such thing as Skaterboy86 or weird usernames like that. If you're not in business and you're having a personal Twitter account, that is perfectly fine. But remember, you're in business, so it is best to have your real name match your username, or at the very least, your username match your name of your company or your product brand at the very least. The next thing you need to craft out is your personal bio. This is where Twitter is a little bit more generous, where they let you describe yourself in 160 characters or less. But since you have only so many characters to describe yourself, you can only write a short message to give out a quick impression. Here's a quick formula that you can easily use for yourself. Expertise 1, Expertise 2, and your personal message. Here's an example. Joe Bradson, Internet Marketer, SEO Expert, Hiking Enthusiast. See, that's an easy way to expressing yourself in 160 characters or less. Next, you're going to be asked for your link, and you can only put in one link, so it better be your personal blog or your main website. Of course, your photo, which is a thumbnail of 100 by 100 pixels. Unlike Facebook, you can only put in one photo as well, so make sure this is your best photo or a consistent photo that you've been using all this while. Now I'm going to take one step further for your Twitter profile. You see, by registering for a free account with Twitter, you're using the default backgrounds in Twitter. So when people visit your Twitter page, you don't want to be different and stand out from the rest of your competitors and the rest of the Me Too marketers as well. You should customize your Twitter background to be unique to you. One option is to get a graphic designer to do it for you, and this is going to cost a little bit, but it's going to be worth the investment. However, if you want to do it free, there's this website called www.twitterbackgroundsgallery.com. You can get your own Twitter backgrounds there for your own use. Now that your account is already set up, assuming that it's new, means you have nothing in your Twitter account right now, you're going to need to update your Twitter account status frequently enough. So what is the recommended frequency? I encourage 5 to 10 times in a day. Anything less and your account will appear to be dead or less active. You're just starting out, so get the momentum spinning. You can afford to post less tweets in a day as your account progresses, and at the end of this module, I'll show you an easy way to automate your tweet postings in advance too. This will save you plenty of time and effort by doing everything just once. What can you tweet about? Here are some ideas. You can tweet about your latest blog post. Every time you write a blog post on your internet marketing blog or your business blog. The thing about sharing messages on Twitter is that you're limited to only 140 characters or less. So this is an incentive to get your Twitter followers to follow through by giving a short link or a short teaser on your Twitter account and followed by a link to your blog post for the full content. This is how you can generate quick traffic to your blog post. You can also tweet about your latest product launch or your latest product launch development here. This is what a lot of top marketers are doing today, where they build their pre-launch, they throw out a teaser a lot easier than before, and then when they finally launch their product, people are following them like mad. But what if you're not into launching products because it's too tiring for you? No problem. You can always promote other people's products as an affiliate. This is another alternative way to generate commissions as an affiliate this time. Ever since Twitter came about, affiliate marketing got even easier. But hey, it's not all about selling. You can also offer tips and quotes every now and then to share with your followers, inspire them and motivate them. This really adds value to your Twitter profile, and it really encourages people to follow you further. All that being said, how to get followers on Twitter. Here are some ways you can start off right away, assuming you're starting from scratch. You can encourage visitors from your blog, forum profile, and email signature to follow you on Twitter. And if you're a member of social networking websites like Facebook, MySpace, and so on, you can also publish your Twitter username over there and have people follow you. While those methods can help you get some followers for starters, how would you like to know how to get followers on Twitter the sneaky way? Here's how it goes. This is a sneaky way to get a lot of followers on a daily basis. First of all, you identify the top experts with a strong following of 10,000 followers and above. Regardless of whatever niche you are in or industry you're in, I'm sure you already know some of the rising experts or the most established experts in your industry already. Identify who they are and make sure they already have a strong following of 10,000 followers and above to make this worth your while. After that, while you're going to do this, that in each of these top experts profiles, you're going to follow and unfollow them 3 to 5 times a day. Of course, you're going to spend this frequency out every few hours from these actions. The reason of doing this method is because every time you follow them, this will put you at the top of their list of followers. So that will get you some exposure. Of course, there are going to be other people who are going to follow them as well. So this means you'll be pushed down to the bottom of the page or to the next page. So you start unfollowing and then refollow again. This is how you can get exposure and try to get people to follow you. The next thing you want to do is that you're going to look for at the latest 10 or 20 followers of these experts and follow them too. From now on, for every 24 hours, you're going to unfollow anyone who has not followed you back. The kind of conversion rate we're looking at is ideally 50%, where everyone in 2 follows you back. But of course, to make sure that if you really want to really follow you, you must make sure that it is really worth your while. So be sure to at least tweet a few times a day to show that your account is active. And speaking of active, you want to follow only active users and users with real photos. Do not follow any users who has not updated their account for a long time, or their account is protected, or they're using fake photos like cartoon photos, celebrity photos, or stock photos. Now, how would you like to know yet another sneaky way? Alright, remember the process that I've explained to you just now? That does not require any kind of software or whatsoever. You can just do it the way it is right away. But that's going to be a little bit tiring if you don't mind. But if you do mind, I suggest you get this Twitter follow adding software called Hummingbird. It is at this website URL, www.tweetaddict.com/hummingbird. This software will help you add followers on Twitter on autopilot, and you can choose to follow anyone you want and unfollow anyone you wish to remove. Isn't that a whole lot easier? This is for you if you have some money to spend. The next step is to set your Twitter account on pure automation. These are 2 external tools that you can use online, and the best part is, again, they are free. The first website is called socialoomph.com. This website was formerly known as tweetlater.com. Register for a free account here and integrate this with your Twitter account so that you can set out any future tweets at any time of the date you want. The next one is to have your Twitter application installed on your Facebook profile so that every time you update on Twitter, the same status will also reflect on your Facebook account, allowing you to update only once and having reflected on both these social networking websites. So imagine, when you integrate Twitter and Facebook, what are you going to do with all the traffic? I'm going to leave this to you on how you plan to monetize on your traffic, and I hope you've learned a lot from this course by now. After you use social media traffic methods for your online business, take my word for it, you won't ever look back.